The Silk Veil and the Lost Melody. A long, long time ago, in a distant land where mountains met the clouds and forests whispered with magic, there was a realm entirely made of silk. The flowers were silken, the rivers flowed with silken threads, and the mountains were draped in soft, silken sheets. This land was called Silkwood, and it was home to a unique race of fairies known for their exquisite music. Their melodies filled the air with magic and brought peace to the heart of every listener. The queen of these fairies, Elvira, was the most beautiful and talented musician among them. The notes from her flute were so enchanting that even the moon would dim its glow to listen. But near Silkwood lay a dark valley known as the Valley of Silence. In this valley lived a malevolent fairy named Zamira, who harbored an intense hatred for beauty and music. Zamira had always envied the beauty of Silkwood and the happiness of its fairies, for she herself was once an ugly, untalented musician from Silkwood, cast out by the community for her discordant voice. She vowed to take her revenge. One night, as the inhabitants of Silkwood slept soundly, Zamira cast a terrible spell. She drained all the colors from Silkwood, turning everything into a drab, dull gray. Worst of all, she stole the fairies' music. Now, there was no sound, no song in Silkwood, only a profound silence. Queen Elvira was heartbroken by this situation. She no longer had her flute, no voice, and most importantly, the joy had vanished from the faces of the people of Silkwood. Queen Elvira summoned her brave younger sister, Princess Liana. Liana, though not as beautiful as her elder sister, possessed a strong heart and an unyielding courage. She told her sister, "I will go to the Valley of Silence and bring back our music from Zamira." Queen Elvira tried to stop her, saying, "No, Liana, it's too dangerous. Zamira's magic is too powerful, and you cannot face her alone." But Liana was firm in her resolve. Liana picked up an old, broken stringed instrument she had found in her childhood and set off towards the Valley of Silence. As soon as she entered the valley, she felt a chill and a sense of dread. Silence permeated everything, and the once silken trees now appeared thorny and dry. As she walked, Liana came across an old fairy sitting by a magical pond, weeping. This fairy was, in fact, Zamira's former teacher, whom Zamira had enchanted and imprisoned. The old fairy looked at Liana and said, "Brave princess, what are you doing here? This place is very dangerous." Liana told her story and explained that she had come to retrieve her people's music. The old fairy replied, "Defeating Zamira is not easy. Her magic is fueled by her envy. You cannot bring back the music until you extinguish the envy hidden deep within her heart. For that, you must sing a song that can extract the fear and jealousy from the depths of her soul." The old fairy gave Liana a piece of an ancient, tattered map that showed the way to the Mountains of Tears. She explained that at the foot of the Mountains of Tears lay a rare heartstone, capable of bringing any music back to life, provided it was sung with a true heart. Liana thanked the old fairy and set off towards the Mountains of Tears. Her journey was fraught with difficulties. She faced many obstacles, but she never lost hope. Finally, she reached the Mountains of Tears and found the Heartstone. It was a small, glowing stone emitting a soft blue light. Liana picked up the stone and headed back towards Zamira's cave. When Liana reached Zamira's cave, she saw Zamira sitting in front of a large magical mirror, laughing as she gazed at the darkness and silence of Silkwood. Liana picked up her broken instrument and placed the heartstone upon it. Then, she closed her eyes and played a melody from her heart, a tune she had never played before. It was so pure and filled with love that Zamira's magical mirror began to tremble. As Liana's melody resonated, Zamira's laughing face began to change. The envy within her weakened, and old sorrows flickered in her eyes. In her song, Liana expressed Zamira's childhood loneliness and the disappointment she had felt due to her untalented voice. She made Zamira realize that she, too, needed love and acceptance. The power of Liana's song was so immense that the dark magic of envy began to break from Zamira's heart. Her cave brightened and colors started returning to Silkwood. Zamira looked at her magical mirror, but this time, instead of her beauty, she saw the emptiness within herself. She began to weep profusely, and from her tears, new silken flowers bloomed in the Valley of Silence. As Zamira's heart was purified, music returned to Silkwood. Queen Alfira's flute melodies resonated once more, and all the fairies began to dance with joy. Liana became the hero of Silkwood. Zamira was banished from Silkwood as punishment for her crimes, but Liana gave her one last chance. She offered Zamira a simple silk flute and said, "You too can learn music. If your heart is pure, every sound is beautiful." Zamira took the flute and headed back towards the Valley of Silence, but this time, there was hope in her heart instead of envy. Everything in Silkwood returned to its former beauty, and Queen Alfira and Princess Liana ruled the kingdom together. Liana proved that true beauty is not external, but resides in the heart, and true bravery is not about defeating someone with force, but about transforming the darkness in their heart into light. And from that day forward, every song and every melody in Silkwood echoed with Liana's courage and love. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.